on a roll today, so I thought I would also share a bit of an experiment that I've made, just starting to get into Travellers Notebooks thanks to Adele Toomey over on Inky Quill and Let's Get Inky, has inspired me to get into doing some Travellers Notebooks. So nice and quick. I've bought a few inserts and also thought I'd have a crack at making a few. So I bought this Big Mama, excuse those letters and things, bought that Big Mama stapler from Officeworks. It was like $50, but you know, who's got the patience to wait for things online? So I bought this stapler which you can put really long papers in, so that'll be handy. We could have used it for my daughter's recent school project, but anyway, that's how I justified it to myself. So I bought the stapler, which helped in making the inserts. So I got the idea of this cover from Sabrina Ann's channel, and she's got a playlist on her channel. If I can find it, I'll link some of the tutorials. They're really good, from a lady named Bona, and I actually used Bona's tutorials to make my Traveller's Notebook cover. Now, first one I've ever made. I made one for my daughter too, which actually had fun foam on the inside, which she loves, but this was my one. So these are just measurements I created from using the notebooks I had as a template, I guess. So they're not anything specific. I'm not a very good measurer. I don't enjoy it. So I just sort of, you know, marked it out using my fingernails as I usually do. But this is just Cocoa Vanilla paper. I can't remember which collection it was. I've got it next to me. More Than Words. So picked some papers out of that I liked and used one of them for the cover. Just some 1mm thin elastic from Spotlight. It was actually really expensive. So I want to get some other colours, and I want to get some probably 2mm elastic, which is a bit thicker, but like gold and pink and white and turquoise would be nice. So if anyone knows cheaper places in Spotlight to get this really simple elastic, can you let me know in the comments? Because hard to find in Australia that's not ridiculously expensive. I think this was like $9 or something just for a small amount of elastic like that. So that's a bit ridiculous. So I also bought some clear contact paper, which I use for my daughter's one, but I found they're called laminating sheets. I don't have the package handy, but they're just like, sorry, I'm rifling through a giant pile of stuff next to me, but I can't see it. They're just like A4 stiffer sort of contact paper, I guess. They didn't have it in Officeworks. I've had mine for donkey's years. So I'll have to see if I can find more, but that's what they recommended, and I can't believe I actually found it in my mess of a basement or games room, but I did, so I used those for this one. So I just rounded the corners using my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. This is some fun foam and a tassel that I had, might have been from Delish Scraps or might have been Maggie Holmes, I can't remember, but I just stuck that on there. And this is just fun foam on the back of a piece of paper which I've rounded, which actually the measurements were in Bona's tutorial, but I think I just winged it from a scrap, to be honest. So this is really just to stop the elastic cutting too much into the edge of the laminated piece of paper or cardstock. So I'll just show you what I've done. Yeah, so that's the view of the fun foam on the back of the, and you can already see the marks from the edge of the laminated cardstock, and I've laminated that as well and just put some eyelets in there to protect it a little bit. I scored the back. I've only done 3 score marks here and put 2 eyelets for 2 elastics, but I'm sure there's a way to do 3. I struggle with that a bit, so being my first one I need to practice, and what I don't have is a Crocodile Big Bite, so if I do make more of these, that'll probably go on my list. I just jammed a hole in there with a pokey tool, that's a technical term, and stuffed the elastic through it, so I'm okay with that for now. Double-sided cardstock, which is really nice, and the eyelets are just protecting it. These are inserts I got from the stampspot.net.au. Love them because they're pocket pages. So while I'm here, I may as well show you the few that I've done. That's my daughter. She was drawing and taking photos for my friend Renee, and we were just messaging one night about Emily's drawing, so she's making faces for Renee, so I thought I'd stick them in here. This is a photo. She took like so many selfies on my phone, and that one was just gorgeous. Didn't I make a beautiful girl? So Em had some photos, and I just used some of the papers and ephemera from the collection to do a page. Stuck some of the sequins and vellum pieces in here. I can't find my fuse tool. It's in here somewhere, but when I do, I will fuse this page up and maybe put something else in there because it's a big pocket. So that's all I've done in that notebook. And what I actually did was just get another piece of elastic and put it around a couple of notebooks. So in effect, I've got 2 extra elastics. This is just a notebook I got from Typo, I think it was. They were $1 each, they were on sale, so I jammed it in there. And then I just used some, what are these? I think they might be like Project Life pages. I can't think of the size. They might have been 6x8 size, and I just cut it down and stuck it in here, which is, you know, cool. So that's just somewhere for me to write things. I'm a prolific list keeper. This was an insert I bought from Kylie Tout at Scrapping Clearly, so I put that in there. And there's another pocket page Travellers Notebook in there from the Stamp Spot. I actually have made a couple of notebooks. They're pretty similar to this. I just used, the stapler actually can do 20 sheets of paper in one hit. So I did 20 sheets of typing paper, cut out a cover, stapled them in the middle, and that was it. I don't think I even rounded the corners on those ones. It was too hard. I just used my trusty Stanley knife, my craft knife, to trim the edges of the papers, because once you fold them over, they poke out from the inside just because of the thickness of it. So just used a steel edge ruler on a craft mat and cut the pages flat when I made them. But if anyone's interested, I can do a tutorial. I mean, it's nothing too fancy, but I can do a tutorial on how I made inserts. I made my daughter a couple, and I'll probably make some for myself, but for now, this sort of cover that I made is pretty full, so I'm not in a huge rush. But if anyone wants to see how I did these things, I'll link the tutorials, and any questions, let me know. Thanks guys, bye.